This is the Fat Boys Anime Podcast. Hey, welcome back to the Fat Boys Anime Podcast. We're out here on a beautiful Saturday morning. We're going to tell y'all a little bit about what we've been watching, getting into some of our Twitter polls, and then we'll tell you what kind of meat and potatoes we're going to be getting into today.
Oh,
y'all ain't ready.
You know what? This podcast is like that, Saturday morning podcast where it's like that bacon, you got the eggs, you got the potatoes. It's going to be juicy, delicious, and good.
You get some toast with some peanut butter.
Oh, let's go.
You ain't never had that? No, I'm talking about straight up toast. You put peanut butter on all your breakfast stuff. You put it on your waffles. You put it on your pancakes. Tyler knows what I'm talking about.
You throw it on your elbow. You put it in your hair. There's nothing you can hold back from peanut butter.
Am I missing out on something? Because I've never put peanut butter on any of that stuff. Like, ever.
Try it out,
pancakes,
man.
syrup. Usually.
No, here's the layer you do. You do pancake on the bottom, peanut butter, syrup, pancake, regular butter. You got like a little sandwich going on.
This is the Fat Boy Podcast, everyone. Welcome to the show. Take a seat, grab a beer. You know what? Grab some pancakes. Put some peanut butter on it today because it's good. We're going to get into it today.
If you're from Seattle, grab a shot of espresso. Grab some whipped cream. Grab someone's hand. Just get ready for this fire we're about to drop on you.
Oh, I also feel like I'm amped up because normally I don't drink that much coffee. Like, once or twice a week, but I had a cup this morning, so I feel like that caffeine's running through me. Got a little more energy than normal, so we'll see. Maybe it's gonna be a good vibe. Maybe I'm gonna be annoying as hell, so hopefully it turns out good.
All right, full chakra mode, full berry on mode over here. All right, Nugs, I'm expecting great things.
Uh-oh.
Are you all ready for our first Twitter poll?
Twitter poll.
All right.
How many polls we got this week? Are we kind of always doing 3 polls, or is that?
Yeah, let's do 3 polls. I think three is a good number. You got 3 dots on a shotgun gun. You've got them. Okay, that's all I got. But yeah. So
let's go. Poll number 1. Let's see who's right.
All right. So the poll was, who is the best silver-haired character? All right. Our contestants were Ken Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul, Kakashi from Naruto, Killua from Hunter. I left out the X because I'm not trying to hear I'm a noob and all that stuff. And our 4th contestant was Toshiro Hitsugaya from Bleach. All right, so if y'all had to guess, how do you think these turned out?
Ooh, I think people probably picked, and I haven't seen the results yet. I bet you, just because it's the more popular anime, everyone picked Kakashi. Well, not everyone, but I bet you that won the polling results, huh?
What do you think, Nick? What do you got? You got any bold predictions?
I'm going off of who has the most fat boy energy.
The most fat boy energy. Let's go.
I'm talking about Kaneki.
Hey.
He's an absolute
Okay, so
beast.
if I'm picking my favorite, I think I'm going. You guys say, is it Kaneki? Is that how you say it? I've been saying Kaneki this whole time.
Oh gosh,
what? Kaneki? Is he from Wisconsin?
I mean, I know the anime that it's like Kaneki, but I mean, like, I'm picking him. Honestly, he's my favorite. Obviously, in Tokyo Ghoul, he's my favorite character. Man, I just kind of like the vibe he puts out as a ghoul. He's just legit. He pulls the lady. Come on now, Toka. Like, ooh.
Tyler, you wrote this draft though, right?
Yeah. Wait, what do you...
How are you going to leave out my boy Jiraiya?
Oh, hands down Jiraiya.
Come on, man. You picked... If you put Jiraiya on there, he'd tear up
we'll have
polls.
to do like you might have done this already, but like a sensei one or something like that. Like, who's your best sensei?
Okay, so in that one, Jiraiya did win. Yeah, I posted that on our Twitter and on our Instagram, and it was... If you had to pick a sensei, who would it be? And the options were Jiraiya, Silver Israeli, Yami, and who's the one from Bleach? Oh, Kisuke, is that his name? Yeah, Kisuke Urahara.
Urahara?
Yeah,
Urahara.
Kisuke Urahara. And that one was, it pretty much came down to Jiraiya and Yami. I would say,
Yami, really?
I think Yami actually had more votes because some people didn't know who Silver Israeli was, which makes sense. You got to get 500 episodes deep into One Piece before you even see him.
What?
And then Kisuke, I think, Kisuke is cool, but he just doesn't really do as much as Jiraiya and Yami do.
So is Yami like really much of a teacher though? Like, does he? Like, I haven't caught up with the anime in a while. With the manga, I'm caught up with. So I feel like unless I'm missing something, but he's not. I mean, he's like their leader, right? Is he? I mean, of course, that kind of like acts like as a sensei, but I don't think there's times where he's really trained them yet, right? Or did I miss that part?
He basically just tells everybody to surpass their limits, and then he takes a dump.
And then he just beast mode himself when he has to jump in and save everyone.
Yeah, that's.
So I think we're getting off topic, huh? We need to get back to that original poll real quick. What did everyone say? We got caught up on the poll that's not even featured today. That's what Anyways, I'm taking Jiraiya.
What the heck? Okay.
Throw out the results.
I
That's
would have chosen Ken Kaneki too. I mean, he's by far my favorite. But so our results were 17% for Toshiro Hitsugaya. Boy, he didn't do too hot. Ken Kaneki and Kakashi tied at 24%. And then surprisingly, I mean, I thought he was going to come in second place, but Killua, he whopped everybody. He had 35%.
Dang.
Killua. Really? I mean,
I was expecting Tokyo Ghoul to have a bigger following than that, but I guess I could see how people are more exposed to the other animes more.
I think exposure has a big thing to play with it. Oh man, that's why I was kind of going with Kakashi. I thought Kakashi was going to kind of take it over Killua, but honestly, by a decent margin. So I'm a little surprised by that. I'm not mad about those results, so it does make sense to me.
I would say, well, just based off of what I've seen on Twitter, Hunter as a whole is just like the train don't stop. Even though they haven't had the anime in a while, I mean, that still gets a ton of hype, and Killua is probably one of the top 10 like favorite anime characters.
He's a G, that's for sure. No doubt about that.
All right. Y'all ready to get into Twitter poll?
Number two, man. Like, hopefully these guys ain't, whoever answered these, hopefully they're not as trash as that last group that answered that first one. So let's see.
I kind of skew the results because I always participate in the poll with my private account. So I try to point it one direction, but sometimes it doesn't work. So our next poll was: you can revive one character from the grave. Who are you bringing back? All right, and so this was our second Twitter poll. All right, you can revive one character from the grave. Who are you bringing back? And our options were either Jiraiya, number one.
Yep. That's my pick.
Hold on,
that's my pick.
Porcus. I messed his name up. Fire Fist Ace from One Piece.
Oh shoot!
See, it's not so simple. It's not so simple. Kite from Hunter,
Man.
or Captain Irwin from Attack on Titan.
I'm sorry, Irwin. Not even close. That boy needed to go.
Oh gosh,
he gets like 0.5% of the votes.
I know. I swear, if I'm a huge One Piece fan, so I kind of like that Fire Fist Ace, my boy Ace, to come back. But since Naruto anime is over, I'm picking Jiraiya because I wish Jiraiya would have saw Naruto become the Hokage, have a family. You know what I mean? Ace, we all know One Piece progresses slowly. They have a long journey to tell. So like Ace hasn't really missed much since he's died. Really, let's be real.
I mean, I think he was probably one of everybody's favorite characters in One Piece when he did die, but he's been out of the game for so long. It's kind of like, yeah, I'm sorry, bro. You had to die so we could pump up our boy Luffy.
I almost cried on all those anime. I mean, not an Erwin, man. I don't know why. He always rubbed me the wrong way, kind of. But I'm like, towards the end when he put his life on the line, I was like, respect, going out the way he should, because I feel like Before he was always just sending out dudes to die. You know what I mean? Like not even like doing anything, like just chilling back and like you guys need to fight these. Respecting that and that part that he was kind of like the leader who's like I'll do this too with you guys, but Jiraiya, I'm going with Jiraiya 100%, and I know he won. There's no way he doesn't win.
Yeah, there's a piece of fan-made content on YouTube about Jiraiya. They basically show him reanimated in Baruto and just walks up over the hill into the Leaf Village and sees Naruto's face on the wall.
Oh,
like,
man.
It was pretty emotional.
Oh, man.
It was real good. It was better produced than the actual anime.
Could you imagine if they reanimated Jiraiya and Naruto had to fight him? I would rip my eyes out, man. I'd be crying. I'd rip my eyes out, like, no doubt.
That'd be hard.
I mean, if I was gonna go with one, I would probably bring back Ace because I felt like he had the most potential. Like this boy didn't even make it to post time skip, and he just got a fist through the chest. But
yeah.
So our results were, man, our boy Kite, he got 0%.
Of course.
I don't know what to say about that. Sorry, brother, but yeah, no love for you. You're not gonna like this. Jiraiya actually got third place with 11%.
Third place? What is going on with everyone? I see. I knew the people answering this were garbage. I'm sorry if you guys are listening and you're one of them who took this poll. But come on now, let's be real. Who's number 2?
Number 2 was Ace. At 20.
Number 2 was Ace. What,
bro?
He wasn't even number 1.
Actually, everybody got clapped by Captain Irwin. Ace only had 22%,
what?
And then everybody else said, "Give up on your dream and die," and bring back Captain Irwin with 67%. Gosh,
man.
That just has to do with relevancy, though. That's all that is.
I think only 3 people, or 4, 3 people voted. 2 voted for Irwin and 1 voted for Ace. What is that?
How do you not put Igneel on that list?
Igneel. Oh, Nick's just a fairy tale fan, man.
That is.
That would be a good one.
That was a sad death too, though. In all honesty, man.
Well,
that one hits hard.
And I can't remember. Does Makarov? Do they end up reviving him, or does he permanently die?
Nah, he comes back.
Oh gosh, dang it! I should have put that one on there. I should have put him in front of Kite because I guess everybody thinks Kite's trash. I don't know what to say about that.
Oh man. Well, you know what? We might have been able to come up with a couple different names that might have been a little better, maybe. I think that's pretty solid though. You could do those type of polls like a million times and have like a different combination of people. So.
Oh yeah.
What's that third one? I'm just curious what this third one is. I'm disappointed right now in everyone who follows and voted. So let's see what number 3 is.
I mean, I'm pretty disappointed too. So we're gonna show y'all this last poll, and then we'll tell y'all a little bit about what we've been watching lately. So poll number 3. Now I did this poll a little bit differently. Instead of a legit Twitter poll, I posted 4 pictures, kind of left it open to discussion. So the choices were, and some people took this. They misread this poll. What I was trying to say was, if these 4 anime characters were running for prom queen, I meant to say, who would you vote for? But the way I said it, it seemed like, who would you go with? So the option.
Oh. So you're saying who's the hottest one?
Yeah, I was like, well, I don't want my wife to read this and be like, boy, what you talking about? But I didn't really explain very well. So our options were, if these 4 girls are running for prom queen, who are you voting for / who are you trying to go with? And our options were, number 1, Sakura from Naruto.
Okay.
Trash.
Yeah, definitely last pick for me. I'm not even going to hold back. Last place. Number 2, Orihime from Bleach. And number 3, Nami from One Piece. Oh, I just messed that up. That was Lucy from Fairy. Oh, no. Orihime from Bleach. Yeah, Nami from One Piece. And number 4, Lucy Heartfilia from Fairy Tail.
Ooh, you know what? This is not that bad. This is a pretty good poll. I don't know who I'm picking, man. I wanted to. First of all, I like the part who you taking. 'Cause I'm taking all of them.
I'm taking all four.
I'm taking all of them. But if I'm voting for queen, oh man, this is a good one. I'm voting for. Well, isn't Lucy technically a queen? Or like royalty?
She's something.
Yeah.
She's like a princess, I think.
You know what? Because since she already has like royalty blood, I'm gonna pass on her because I feel like that's not fair.
What the heck, boy?
Honestly, in all honesty, Nami might be the pirate queen once we have our pirate king. I'm not shipping anything, people. I'm not shipping that. I'm not shipping Luffy and Nami. Don't get me wrong. All right, I'm kind of like a Luffy and Boa Hancock type of dude. But I'm going Orihime. She's my girl. Some bleach love, that's for sure.
She's more of the silent and strong type. Is the way I get vibes from her.
Yep. Man, she's just too loyal too, man. They're all honestly kind of loyal, but she's been ride or die. She's been ride or die, man, since like episode 1 in Bleach. That's for sure.
For
Ichigo, sorry.
Out of the 4, I think Orihime definitely makes the best wife, I would say.
Okay.
You didn't say wife though. You're talking about Lucy Heartfilia.
Oh, what?
Come on. Because think about it. If you're going to the prom, she has the capability to change her clothes basically on command, right, with her keys.
If you're going to prom,
you get your hair cut.
It's not about changing clothes. It's about who's going to take them off quick.
She might just summon the Taurus and let him do it for you. I don't know.
Oh, shoot. I couldn't resist. Anyways, go ahead. Finish your explanation.
I mean, if I'm choosing, I gotta go with my girl Nami too, and I was not disappointed. So our results came in, as expected and as deserved. Sakura only got 2 votes. I mean, it is what it is. She's cool, but she's just not the one. Orihime had 3 votes, and I think that's just because Orihime, she doesn't have as big of a personality as some of these other girls. So,
Whoa,
I mean, she does, but she's kind of, like Nick said, she's kind of the strong, silent type. You know what I'm saying?
That's the best, man. The strong, silent type. She just sticks by your side. Wait, okay. Are we talking about who we're voting for queen or who we're taking the prom?
Well, okay. I mean, I kind of messed this up. I should have. I
guess it's kind of the same, right? Still.
I mean, it's kind of the same. Yeah. Whoever I'm voting for, that's who I'm trying to go with the prom.
Exactly. I mean, I want to be with the queen. You know what I mean? A prom, that's for sure.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not mad at that. I'll take that.
Orihime, she's my pick for both, anyways.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, I like Orihime. I'm a fan. Lucy, she had some contenders. She had 6 votes, which to be expected. Lucy's probably the second or third favorite character in Fairy Tail. She got a lot of fans, but as deserved, Nami, future queen of the pirates. Whether she ends up with Luffy or not, it doesn't matter because she's the navigator.
The future queen of the pirates. Boy, she just declared it.
She keeps the Straw Hat pirate ship afloat. She makes sure Luffy isn't destroying all the food. She makes sure Sanji isn't running off with the girls. Nami, she had 10 votes. So, Nami, good job.
So, Nami was 1, Lucy was 2, Orihime was 3, and Sakura was 4.
Yeah.
Ooh, and we were all split on that too, man. See, that's what I'm saying. This was a pretty good one. That was a tough one to pick.
Well, Nose is the only one that can speak from an unbiased opinion. We already know Tyler has a hard on for One Piece. Oh,
super!
I'm Team Fairy Tail over here, so you're the only one.
I was gonna say because you guys have put more time into those animes. I probably put equal time into all 3 of them now. I don't know. I think it just based. I don't know. Lucy she was kind of right there with Orihime, but I just kind of wanted to show some Bleach, some love. But Lucy, man, she's that's a tough one between her.
I mean, if once I catch up on Baruto and the 1,000 year blood arc, or the final season of Bleach, I could change my votes, but just from what I've seen right now, I mean, Nami's over 1,000 episodes deep, and she's just doing the darn thing.
I mean, there's no doubt Nami's okay. So you want to know some part of my thinking behind it?
Okay.
So if you're going with, since a lot of people answered that they're going with her to prom, Nami's on a pirate ship. You know what I mean? Are they showering constantly on a pirate ship? You
God.
know what I mean? Is she shaving? I'm just kidding. Actually, when they got their new ship, they did make sure to put like a bathtub and shower in there. Remember? So she's going in there clean. But I mean, she's a pirate still, man. She might give you guys a run for your money. Everyone who voted for her, Lucy. I mean, I feel like with Lucy and Nami, they both like with those anime progressions over the years, like they both turned like extra super curvy over the years, and kind of really appealed to a lot of people out there who watch both of them. That's for sure.
Yeah, she went from squatting like 250 to 500. I mean, she's been
real quick.
Yeah, she's been doing some P90X, but so I mean, pretty good Twitter poll results, I would say. Thank you for
who you should have put instead of Sakura? Hinata.
Oh,
Hinata. Game changer.
Hinata.
Hinata's number one on all my list. My list changes constantly, but she always stays like number one.
You know what? I gotta say real quick, this is why Sakura is not my favorite. Naruto, he's in the middle of the war arc. He's trying to save the world, and Sakura's like, oh, let me tell Naruto I love him, and maybe he'll go back to the Leaf Village and go get some ramen. He's like, nah, boy, I know you ain't gonna save nobody, so get out of my way. Let me go get Sasuke. Let me take down Obito and Madara and just take a seat.
The part that made me just like wash my hands of Sakura completely, because part of me is like, I need to give her a chance. She's part of the boys still, you know what I mean, with that Team 7. But when I forgot what arc it was during or what episode, but when she was like in her head, she was like contemplating like, if it came down to it, whether if Naruto and Sasuke were dying and I could only save one, she's like, I don't know who I'd pick. What the F? This hoe, man. She just said, I lost my mind. I'm pretty sure everyone probably lost their mind. But when she said that, I was like, oh, heck no. It's not even a debate. You know what I'm saying, man? This chick was straight trash. I washed my hands of her. What do you mean you don't know? My boy Naruto saved you like 12 times, man. And you're going to be like, I don't know if I'd save him if he was dying? Like, what the F? Like, get out of here, man. Because the obvious
choice is Sasuke.
Exactly.
Let Naruto die.
What the heck?
Exactly.
No. Wait, I heard that wrong. I thought it was
Sasuke is obviously the better one because he has less powers, but he's able to utilize it to the full extent. So,
I don't know about that.
I mean, I'm just speechless right now. But Hinata should have been on there, man. Actually, it's not fair. I feel like she needs to be excluded for me personally, because then I'll turn into a biased opinion in a heartbeat. But I would pick her any day of the week.
Yeah,
any day.
I'd have to agree with that. I mean, what y'all been watching lately? Y'all been catching up on any AOT or what?
What you got, Nick?
I've been watching an American one on Netflix. It's called The Blood of Zeus.
Oh,
I don't know if you guys heard about it.
I've seen it. I haven't watched it yet.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it was produced by two guys in New Jersey, and it's actually decent. They start out, and it's like in this Greek mythology type world. So you have the gods fighting the Titans, and the whole thing of just seeing like lightning and fire and water being washed all over as they're battling on this huge battleground is pretty cool. The script is just all right, and the storyline's not the best, but just for like the world setting, it's worth the watch.
I'll have to look into that one. Me and the lady have been going hard on Netflix, and we're kind of running out of things to watch. So, I mean, I can't convince her to watch anything that I want to watch. I think that's part of the problem. But maybe that might be the one. Who knows?
I feel
Tyler, what you got? What you got going on, Tyler?
Well, if it's up to my girl, we'll be watching Bachelor, Virgin River.
You know the funny
Seventh
thing is, he
Heaven.
says if it was up to his girl, we all know if it was up to Tyler, Bachelor would be on repeat. Tyler probably goes back to Netflix and watch season 1 of The Bachelor.
You're watching Grey's Anatomy for the 5th time.
Yeah, I am actually going back to season 3 of Bachelor's Paradise, but no. So what?
No, come on, man.
More, don't question me.
This guy, you know, as you can tell, like when we do these podcasts, we don't value Tyler's opinion, and you know, part of the reason why is because this dude's over here watching Bachelor in Paradise.
I mean,
Just kidding.
you know, it's kind of like an acquired taste. It's it's trash, but after a while, you're just like, I'm just gonna become one with the trash. Let's go.
I'm just kidding. Respect to you. You know, all of us guys out there specifically, we all got to watch stuff that, you know, our ladies are into, and, you know, we end up getting into it. I know there's a couple of shows that, you know, those housewife shows that my lady watches a lot, and I get into them too when I'm watching them. So, you know, I feel that.
Well, yeah, if it's like Pretty Little Liars where they're sticking some good-looking actresses in there, I mean, I'm not mad at that.
Yeah,
Can't
I mean, if
complain
you
at
throw
all.
a couple busters in there, I gotta be honest, I'm not watching this show. I'm sorry, but I ain't watching this show.
He would still watch the show. Anyways, what are you watching, Tyler?
All right, so I went back. I didn't necessarily really want to watch this anime, but sometimes I feel like there's animes I have to watch just, you know, by doing my due diligence. So I'm watching the original Mobile Suit Gundam from 1979. Oh man, the animation is rough, but
Dude, it's still a good anime.
it's
though.
growing on me. I'm on episode 10. I watched it when I was a kid, and I loved it. But going back, I'm like, oh man, yeah, we've come a long way. But I gotta say, it's actually a pretty well done anime. I mean, for the 70s, that's a work of art compared to some of the other garbage that was coming out back then.
That's why, you know, Gundams are just always up there on the list for me, man. They've always been around, and they stay popping, that's for sure. Like, no doubt about that.
I mean, in Gundam, they could just keep going and going and going because they don't have any set storyline. But it's a little bit of Gundam. Oh, man, I was so pissed. You know, Nick, like we were talking about last week, how sometimes that Funimation app doesn't work. I finally had some free time Wednesday night. I was like, all right, I'm catching up on AOT. I'm going to watch episode 2. Literally every single anime on Funimation would play, but the second episode of Attack on Titan would just not play. So that's why we're getting rid of Crunchyroll. We're getting rid of Funimation. Just combine them into one app that works, please, please.
Oh, man. Have you guys caught up on Attack on Titan yet, or you still... I'm caught up on both episodes right now.
Yeah, I'm caught up. I'm a little confused until we got towards the end of that second one.
Right?
That first episode, when they throw you in, I'm like, what the heck's going on? Where are we at?
Oh, yeah, they don't really explain the time skip, huh? And then you're just like,
No.
are we like back in time? Like, where are we? No, I felt the same part. Yeah, I felt the same way at first, but I don't know. What's your early thoughts on that, man?
I'm digging the fight scenes.
Yeah,
The whole kind of World War Titan mix. I like that they're getting a little bit more into the action rather than just playing out the storyline that they built up all these years.
right. Episode 3 should be interesting. I'm looking forward to that one quite a bit. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes out. I mean, I'm excited.
Yeah, and you know, I keep seeing people online saying, "Oh man, they ruined Eren. You know, he's kind of turned into a homicidal maniac." But I'm like, boy, you got to think about what this fool grew up in. Like, he comes out the womb, his dad dies, he sees his mom get eaten by a Titan. He just watches his friends get murdered left and right. Like, yeah, you're gonna turn into a savage growing up in that environment.
I'm excited to see how he is, man. I've been waiting for them to show the OGs. You know, my boy Eren, Mikasa. You know, let's get them back in here. So we'll see episode 3. Hopefully they pop up.
Y'all ready to dive on in?
Let's do it.
All right. Today, we're getting into two of the GOATs from our childhood. Probably two of the GOATs from your childhood, too, unless you were born in 2005 or 2000 and you're 10 years old. Hey, that's cool. That's cool if you're going to listen to this podcast. But we're getting into Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon. Let's get it, boys.
Woo! Yeah, you know what? I'm excited. In all honesty, growing up, did you guys ever think Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh! Was like an anime?
No, I just thought it was a cartoon.
It felt like a cartoon. Until this day, since like I thought so much of it just as a cartoon growing up, I still feel like, kind of like Digimon too, you know, I kind of feel like part of it was just a cartoon. But I mean, you know, that's what's so great about anime. I feel like people don't give it a chance because they know it's an anime, but if you don't know, I feel like everyone gets hooked, you know what I mean? And these are two probably maybe the biggest animes, at least like in the or that has ever hit the US. So I'm excited. I think today we're gonna be we're just gonna be talking about the anime. We're gonna be talking about card games because I know for all three of us that was pretty big growing up. I'm sure a lot of you guys out there as well too. We're into the either collecting cards or playing the card game. So I'm excited, man. Let's get into it. Which ones do you guys want to dive into first?
You know, for me, it's Pokemon.
Ooh, Pokemon.
Yeah. That was one of the powerhouses of my childhood. I remember being 8 years old, and when you hear Gotta Catch 'Em All come on, I got my Pokemon jammies, Pokemon bed sheets, got my cards out. I'm ready to watch the new episode.
Yeah, gotta catch 'em all, Pokemon.
I'd freaking go wild for that song.
So we just need to get this question out of the way because I was about to ask this last week, but we need to know the answer because I feel like this is one of the biggest questions in Pokemon history. You guys are a Pokemon trainer. Who's your first Pokemon you're picking between the three?
You don't get to pick Pikachu?
Should we toss Pikachu in there? You know what? Let's toss Pikachu in there. Let's toss Pikachu.
And is this any generation or is this just the very first gen?
Very first gen OG. So you're going to Professor Oak's house. You got Charmander, you got Bulbasaur, and you got Squirtle. And then by some weird mistake, you got Pikachu there. So we'll just toss that in there.
You know what? Whether they had Pikachu, Mewtwo, Twerkasaur, I don't care. Give me Charmander. Let's go.
Ooh, Charmander. What?
Man, you're a simp, boy. You just follow the crowd, don't you?
Yeah,
do you ever even think for yourself, or do you just choose what other people like?
Bro, because Charizard, it's not even close. He literally sharts on Blastoise and Venusaur. Like, nah.
Boy, but like let's be real though. If you get Charmander, there's no way he's making a Charizard. What the training skills are gonna keep him at Charmander. That's for sure.
His tail's going out. You're taking him to the hospital. That's it.
Oh man, you know that's the truth. You might get to Charmeleon. All right, I don't know if I don't think you have the guts to get to Charmander or to Charizard.
Bro, I'm taking Charmander to freaking Planet Fitness. We're not stopping until we get to Charizard, baby.
Oh shit, Nick. All right, who are you going with, Nick?
From day one, I've always been full team Squirtle Squad.
Squirtle
Squad, my guy. Squirtle with them glasses. He's cooler than school. He's better than anything. And then Blastoise, just this mega tank. He is absolutely legit.
What's I'm blanking on it now. Who does Squirtle evolve to?
War Turtle.
Yeah. War Turtle's legit, man.
Yeah, and he's got like those little penguin wings on his ears type thing. Yeah,
honestly, that one's, man. I don't know, man. I'm personally split, but you know, all growing up, I feel like I liked Charmander just because I grew up like with the playing the Game Boy. I had the Charmander version or the Charizard version, whatever it's called, like Pokemon Red, or I don't know if that's what they called it back then, but. Over the years, man, I liked Squirtle through the Pokemon a little more because he was a G, man. This dude was in a gang, first of all, looking like a thug. out here just pimping, man. You remember that Squirtle squad? I know you guys remember that Squirtle squad.
Yeah.
So like over the years of watching Pokemon back in the day, I was like, I think Squirtle's my favorite. And then I was like, because Charmander was so cool though. He was sweet. But remember when when he got to Charmeleon? That dude was a douchebag, man. Like, could you imagine having that as your Pokemon? Oh, I swear, I'd probably give it up for adoption or whatever they do for Pokemon. I would have been like, you know what? I'm washing my hands of this guy.
Yeah, he'd like call him out. He'd be like, nah, I'm not fighting. I'm trying to go to the jacuzzi, boy.
But you know what? Pokemon I ended up liking the most was Bulbasaur, man. Bulbasaur was a straight. You know what? You want to talk about just straight scrapping, man? You want to talk about straight coming up clutch in the anime? Was always Bulbasaur. This dude, first of all, Ash's Bulbasaur would compete with evolved Pokemon 24/7. You know what I mean? This dude was scrapping. Like, remember when he goes into his family? This dude was like gonna scrap like all the Ivysaurs and stuff like that too, just to protect Ash. Man, talk about someone who's just like at his normal evolve state was just a G and just really strong was Bulbasaur. So if I'm like, you know what? If my Pokemon never evolved, I would want Bulbasaur because I feel like he has the best potential. And he's a grass Pokemon too. I feel like there's less weaknesses with grass.
I mean,
see, the thing about that is we all knew that one Bulbasaur kid in school. They're always a little bit off. Like, you didn't know what's going on with them. But they were definitely the minority.
Yeah, Bulbasaur was definitely the minority. I feel like, obviously the biggest simp, Tyler over here, I feel like Charmander was like the biggest one specifically for Charizard.
Yeah.
And then I feel like Squirtle, because a lot of people did like Squirtle in the anime. Like, just, he was a cool Pokemon. He really was. He had the Squirtle squad and everything like that. Bulbasaur, to me, I remember more Bulbasaur's fights than any of the other ones. And that's why I'm picking Bulbasaur. He's a G. And then, you know what? If I'm going to be a Pokemon master trainer, I want this dude who scraps 24/7 and listens to me 100% of the time. That's my go-to right there.
Does that mean you would also be a grass type trainer?
Ooh, that's the tricky part. Honestly, I'm not the fan of just grass in general.
Yeah,
I'd want like water or fire probably, but I don't know. I just picking between those three. I think I would go Bulbasaur.
But I think the best scrap of all time was when Charizard took on Entei. And what was that, like the second or third Pokemon movie? And he's just...
That was legit. Yeah. I give you that. That's like... Charizard... Okay, Charizard itself was probably the coolest, like, evolve form out of all those three. Specifically Ash's Charizard. Because that dude was a straight G. Like you're saying, man. This dude fought Entei like a legendary Pokemon. Yeah. This dude was going toe-to-toe with him. He said, sit back, son. Ash, hop on my back. I got you, dog. Let's just scrap with this dude. Mano y mano, just straight fire on fire. These twos went at it, man. Like, I think hands down, I think we all agree Charizard was probably Ash's strongest Pokemon. Oh, that's for sure. But like I said, Tyler ain't getting the Charizard. Oh, this dude's staying at Charmander.
I'll just put some creatine in his Pokemon food. We'll be set.
Did you guys play
So Tyler, going back to the Game Boy games, were you a red player or a blue player?
Well, I just usually use my friend's Pokemon player, and he had a blue player, so I know.
So you're a blue player.
Yeah.
What about you, Nick?
I played red, but that's because that's what I got from the local hobby shop.
Yeah, same here. I had red. I remember, so I had red, and one of my other brothers had blue. But I remember my younger brother got like the game like a year later, and he got like a Pikachu one or something like that. It was yellow. I was like, what the heck?
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
You remember that one? It came out like a little later as compared to blue and red, but he got Pikachu, and so that looks pretty cool. But so I still got feels for my boy Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard, just because that's I grew up playing red, so it's hard not to like want to side with that. That's for sure.
Were you a 100% Pokédex type guy?
Not even. What about you?
Yeah, I wasn't either. But if you looked at my Game Boy, I did have all the attachments. I had like the extra light on top and the big triggers. That way I could press catch at all the right times. You're over there like shaking your Game Boy to try to catch them.
You remember just like going through like 100 Pokeballs just trying to capture it? Because For me, I was personally always too cheap to spend a lot of money on like those better like those Mega Balls and stuff like that, or like the whatever they're called. And I used to just have like 5 Pokeballs, and then that one time you would come across like an evolved form of whatever it was, you just be throwing. I would just be throwing them in, and I would never. My Pokemon, like I had like a strong like solid core of like 3 or 4 guys, but I wasn't too deep on them, man, because I missed out on a lot of opportunities. That's for sure.
I would have like 5 Pokemon at level 2. And then my Blastoise was at level 100.
Of course. It's hard not to have your guy. That's what I'm saying, man. Who's your guys' like, aside from those ones, who's your guys' favorite Pokemon? Do you guys even have a favorite Pokemon?
Onyx was pretty cool.
Onyx, he was a good one. You know who Tyler reminds me of? Tyler would be Metapod. You guys remember Metapod? It's like Caterpie's evolved form. Hey, you can turn into Butterfree, but I think personally Tyler stays at Metapod.
He's doing like a whole Choji thing where he's growing wings and sprouting.
Metapod.
We already know, Nogs, you would be Snorlax. So.
Yeah, that's exactly who you are, boy.
Come on. Probably, man. Snorlax was... He came in clutch, though, when he was needed. I mean, I wouldn't say when he was needed, but he came in clutch every once in a while. Nick, who you got?
It was all about my boy Scyther.
Scyther
was legit, yeah.
Scyther was pretty legit, man. That dude kind of scared me when I was growing up. I'm like, this dude looks like a scary Pokemon. He kind of like looked evil there for a while too.
There was a couple Pokemons that looked evil. What was that? The electric one was it was like Electabuzz or something.
Oh, like Voltron or Electrode.
He was the guy. He looked like he had black stripes and he was yellow. He looked like a lightning cat.
The one that freaked me out a lot is they had a Ghost Arc where they got turned into puppets.
Oh,
do you guys remember that?
That one, yeah.
As a kid, I was like, what the heck is going on here? I don't know what this is.
You know what? I'm surprised any of you guys didn't mention Gyarados, man.
Oh, yeah.
Just a straight monster.
Okay. Is that who you got?
Oh, so I think I'm going to get the names wrong, but Vaporeon, Jolton, and Flareon. You guys remember those ones? Who you guys going with?
Yeah, Flareon, let's go.
Are you just a fire
Flareon's pretty legit.
Flareon's, I think I go with Jolton, though. I think that like electricity type right there, man. It's like super quick. I mean, they're all pretty sick, honestly. I don't think there's the wrong one, but okay. What about this one? Articuno, Zapdos, or Moltres?
Articuno, man. Articuno. That Blizzard.
Really? I'm taking legit. Zapdos on this one as well too.
So maybe you're a lightning type trainer.
Ooh. Maybe I am, huh?
You got Raichu in your corner.
Articuno
got some Voltorb going.
And then I got my weird like Bulbasaur. What the heck? I got like Electabuzz too. Is that who you're talking about, Nick? Tyler Electabuzz?
Yeah,
the black and white? Or black and yellow, whatever it was?
Yeah.
He's got like a beer gut.
Yeah. that would be me.
He's just out here listening to Wiz Khalifa. He's like black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Yeah.
It's like, you know what?
So do you guys still got any of your Pokemon cards? Or did you collect them?
Ooh. I was more of a collector rather than actually kind of playing the game to it.
Yeah.
I can't say I know where they're at, but I know they're somewhere in my parents' house, me and my siblings, and I guarantee you, if we found them, there'd probably be some valuable ones as well too. That's for sure.
Because within the past couple weeks, they had a holographic first edition Charizard going for 200 Gs.
That's insane.
I mean, you need to go dig those up and see where they're at.
I know. I honestly would not even be able to tell you what edition I have, but I know we definitely had some Charizards. That's for sure. 100%. Yeah. What about you guys? Do you guys play
the shadowless ones are... We used to just collect too.
Well, I gotta be honest, because I think I got my first Pokemon cards in preschool or kindergarten. I was too dumb to understand how the game worked. I was like, so what do? You throw the cards on top of each other, and whichever one comes out on top wins. It wasn't until I got to about second or third grade, I realized how you were actually supposed to play, and by then I had lost all my Pokemon cards.
Were you the guy that left them out in the rain and like folded them up and put it in your pocket?
Tyler was.
Yeah, my Pikachu card looked like he had been to Vietnam or something. He had bullet holes. It was all torn in half. I think my dog chewed it. But that Pokemon tournament, I had that on the N64. Woo! Me and my sister, we'd throw in about 8 hours in that bad boy before our N64 started smoking.
You got that little game where you got to make the Magikarps jump up and down? We used to play that for hours.
The Magikarp. You know, Tyler would be Bellsprout. Remember that, like,
What's
skinny
the
one?
fudge, boy?
That's
bro, I'd be Geodude out here just stacked.
I'd be Machop and just right back at you. Right back at you. But yeah, I mean, man, a lot of those, I mean, just those cards in general bring up so much memories. And I feel like, I don't know, it's just because if it's like social media is like kind of like everywhere now, but I feel like they're like starting to make a comeback. And I'm starting to see a lot more people just online buying cards, like doing reviews on it, seeing what kind of holographic ones they got, and all that type of good stuff.
Because people have been talking about the nostalgia trend.
Is that what it is?
Just the markets in general. So people going back to Rugrats, going back to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, all these different brands that used to be real popular are coming back up.
Yeah.
They're marketing off of those.
So, yeah, I mainly just played the Game Boy games and collected cards. But I think for all three of us, one of our most memorable games that have Pokemon in it is probably Smash Bros.
Oh gosh!
Oh, man.
Pikachu on there, get that Thunder Strike.
Did you guys ever have a character who playing Smash Bros ever, like, it was kind of your main as far as a Pokemon goes?
If you were playing what did they call that? It was like the pirated version, the original tournament version. They put Ivysaur in there with the beam.
Ooh.
And Ivysaur was legit.
That Ivysaur was legit. I remember that one. Pokemon Trainer is kind of cool. I kind of wish that they had like Charizard and those guys like separate still. Blastoise, like Squirtle, whoever it was, and rather than just being the Pokemon Trainer. I get why they did it though. My little brother, man, he was a beast with Lucario when they added Lucario to the Smash Bros lineup, and he was a pretty tough character to fight because he was kind of pretty elusive and tough. But if I was playing with the Pokemon, it'd probably be Pikachu, just bringing down that thunder, boom.
But I feel like that's an easy ad for Smash Bros to do. They could do like, they have 3 versions of Toon Link, right? They have Toon Link, Dark Link, Link regular. You could just start adding Pokemon in there, and that would be an easy ad.
Have like endless characters, like never go out. I'm surprised they didn't add. You know what cracks me up? Jigglypuff. How did Jigglypuff make make that line? You know, it's funny because we all have a friend, man, and he was actually a beast with Jigglypuff.
Yeah.
And it was. And never in my life would I pick Jigglypuff. I always judge the people who pick Jigglypuff, but this dude would. I feel like we'd beat him most of the time when he would pick Jigglypuff, but he was just like so slick and slippery when he was Jigglypuff. It was it bothered me, man. And I was like, you know what? Ain't no one make Jigglypuff this good, but. He did, man. It was pretty impressive at some points.
There was a summer there where we were playing Smash Bros. Every night for multiple hours.
Like 2 or 3 in the morning. Man.
Yeah. So we would have our, it's funny because part of like the Fat Boy's name comes to just like our whole group of friends in general. And we used to do these Fat Boy drafts and we would just get like sweets and like pizzas and this would be like, you have that group of friends who goes out and party on the weekend. This would be us. But we're just playing video games. It'd be like 1 a.m. and we would buy donuts. We'd buy like cinnamon rolls. We'd buy ice cream and then like pizza and like whatever it may be. And we'd play like Smash Bros. Like all night long, just having tournaments.
Oh.
You'd think we were still 12 years old, but we're like 23, 24 doing the same thing.
Yeah. We were knee deep in college, that's for sure. We won't hold him back either. We would go at it, man. So those were good times, honestly. I miss those days.
Man, back before we had all the responsibilities.
Who's the worst player between us three? It's been so long since we all played. I can't even remember.
I'm gonna say it's probably me. I'm not too bad if I've got Samus or Wolf.
Okay,
I can put up a good
Yeah.
fight with Samus or Wolf, but if you throw me a random character, I'm gonna get clapped.
Tyler was trash. I remember now. It's coming back to me. When he said Samus.
Just sit back.
Going back to Pokemon, though, was Smash Bros. Your favorite game that featured Pokemon?
I think over the years it gradually grew to that. I mean, I'll always hold like a special part in my heart for like, the original Game Boy Red, just going on that adventure. But I'm just kind of thinking about it in like the quantity I played Smash Brothers like probably 100 times more than like, just your normal Pokemon games on going on the adventure type of deals. What about you guys?
I mean, for me, it would have to be Pokemon Tournament. I feel like I think they could have capitalized a little more on that game because it was such a cool concept. I mean, it was basically like a Pokemon trainer simulation. You go through, pick your Pokemon, you get to go through tournaments, battle people and stuff, but it kind of fizzled out. It definitely hasn't been as popular as just the Pokemon Game Boy or even Smash Bros. But that was by far my favorite.
It's got to be about the best-selling Pokemon game of all time, Pokemon Snap.
Pokemon Snap. What the heck is that? Am I missing something? Am I forgetting about something? Pokemon
No, it was
Snap.
just like this little side story game where you're basically in this cart and you drive around different maps and you got to take pictures of Pokemon in a wild
Oh, yeah.
and collect them.
I remember about that. I forgot all about that.
So the whole thing was like to try to catch Squirtle while he was doing a water gun or try to catch Magikarp as it jumps out of the water.
Oh, Magikarp
What
was
the
awful,
heck?
man.
Like Pokemon
I like
Paparazzi.
Magikarp as well, too. I forgot about that game. I remember it now. That's a blast from the past right there, I swear. You guys are the Pokemon trainer. You're onto your last Pokemon, right? It's to become a Pokemon master. What Pokemon are you having in battle with you? Is it your original one that we talked about earlier, or you guys have an ace up your sleeve?
I'm just gonna go with Charizard. I'm gonna let him.
Going Charizard?
I'm gonna let him throw a fire
I mean-
blast right up someone's cheeks and let him turn him into a sirloin steak.
Even though I told you probably wouldn't get to Charizard, but we'll let it slide. We'll let it slide.
I'm going to have to go with my boy, Magmar. I think he is
Magmar.
undervalued.
What?
Being able to shoot that lava, get up to high temperatures, I think that dude could pull it in clutch as a anchor.
Magmar. I think I'm going with... Oh, man. This is actually a tough one. I asked the question without even thinking about it myself. I think I gotta go... I think I'd go with, like, Gyarados. I think Gyarados might have that extra firepower, just to, like, be that final anchor and kind of go in for the win, man. I mean, hopefully, he would. Honestly, it all depend on what Pokemon the opponent would have, but I think
You get
Gyarados
that,
might kind
that
of
shiny red Gyarados.
Oh, I forgot about the red Gyarados. But he would be. That would probably be my ace up my sleeve. If I had a super strong Gyarados, I'd kind of hide him from people so people wouldn't know, and then whip him out when just lay it on the table. You know what I mean? And just be good.
Just let him pull out the jewel and start smoking people.
And just call it quits, man, and just be like, you know what? I'm master right now. You call me sensei from here on out. Like all that type of good stuff.
If I think I found my Pokemon cards right now, I could probably retire.
All of us might be able to.
Yeah. So I think my brother sold them
Oh.
back in the day. So I know if you're listening to this, bro, you need to tell me right now, did you sell my Pokemon cards?
Because they just disappeared and he ain't find them since.
One day they were just gone. But I'm pretty sure I could be driving a Lambo on the amount of Charizards I had in that deck.
Probably. I'm not going to even lie. I mean, we might have a couple, man. So better start looking. Better hop in the parents' basement or attic, whatever it is, and start digging. That's for sure. I know I need to do that. I know I need to do that. That's for sure. I know there's somewhere in there.
If I still had my Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I'd probably be driving like a Beamer or something, or I would have retired in the Hamptons.
What happened with your Yu-Gi-Oh tarts, Tyler?
Well, so my sister took him to a place called Noble. I'm not even sure if they have those around the country. It might just be New Mexico, but she sold my whole collection for a whopping $5. And I had a lot of cards. I had probably thousands of cards. I mean, they weren't all bangers, but I definitely had like an Obelisk, the Tormentor. I had a Blue Eyes White Dragon, 10 different variations of Dark Magician. I mean, she got hustled.
Because there for like 3 years, you spent all of your chore money on Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
That's all I did. So
you from just investment costs, you probably had over $500 in decks.
This makes you sad to think about, really.
No. What?
For a pack of cigarettes.
I know my Yu-Gi-Oh cards are hiding somewhere in my parents' house too. I need to find those, man. About $5? Man, first of all, why did whoever she sold them to just straight took advantage of that whole situation, man? $5? That are you sure she went to Noble and didn't go to GameStop? Like, what the heck? You know what? You go to GameStop, it's like 20 games, and it's just like, oh, I got the new Call of Duty, finished playing it. I just want to turn it back, and like, cool, 20 games.
Yeah.
I'll give you 15 cents for all this stuff, and you're just like, what?
You're selling your left arm. Yeah.
That's what your sister. Just pulled that. Oh, I was the Tormentor. Let's see, he's worth like $4. You know, the other like 999 cards you have are worth $1. We'll just call it 5 even.
Yeah, the original Dark Magician, I give you a nickel. Oh, all right.
So did you have all 6 of the Exodia cards?
Ooh.
No, I only had 4 pieces to the Zodiac. I couldn't find the right hand, but I think I had all the God cards. I had Obelisk the Tormentor. What was the Sky Dragon called? The Sky Dragon, the big red one, and then Ra the Sun God. I mean, boy, those are some rare cards right there.
Obelisk the Tormentor.
Yeah.
So did you guys collect Yu-Gi-Oh cards, or did you guys actually play Yu-Gi-Oh as well too?
We actually played Yu-Gi-Oh a bit more because I feel like the game was set up and it was more based around playing cards.
Yeah.
Like the entire show was playing the card game, so the rules were set better than Pokemon, and the general playability was a lot better.
I agree. Me and my siblings definitely played Yu-Gi-Oh a lot more. And I should probably say right away, did we play exactly to the rules that they had? No. But you just play in the most simple version of just like, you attack, defense type of stuff, and like using everything like at face value without diving too much into the abilities and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But
then when you're playing with your little cousins, you'd just be making up rules so you'd win.
yeah, exactly.
Be like, no, that means you lose right there. You get minus 100 points.
Just do them dirty. Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
oh, when they pull out like Blue Eyes White Dragon, you're like, fudge. And you like let them kill your first 2 guys, and you're like, I'm about to lose, man. And then you gotta, weasel your way in and like pull some dirty cheap trick on them, and you're like, no, sorry, that's how it goes, kid. They gotta learn.
The good thing about Yu-Gi-Oh, like that whole Egyptian setting was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It was.
And the amount of one-liners I still kind of use to today, like, you activated my trap card, or like, I'm sending you to the Shadow Realm, all that type of stuff.
Realm.
Yo, how bad did you guys hate it though when you're playing someone and you guys are like serious competing, and they just like flip a trap card on you, and you're just like, mother effer, guys. Like, you just wanted like armor reflect or whatever that one is. I can't remember now, where they would just shoot, like if you attack, they would activate it and the attack would go back at you. But the best feeling, I mean, I feel like all of us could probably agree is Monster Reborn. How about that one?
Oh, let's go. Bring back your trump card.
Because I know I know we've all been there before, where we got a little too anxious, and we pulled out our Dark Magician a little early, our Black Eyes Red Eyes Black Dragon, and we got fooled with that trap. It's happened to me a couple times, but then you come back around, Monster Reborn, and you're like, my boy's back. Yeah. It's go time now, round 2.
You know,
Did you guys use the standard decks, or did you build your own when you were playing?
Ooh, a little bit of both. My very first pack was like the standard tin decks. Had the Red Eyes Black Dragon, the Joey tin.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, always just bought like individual packs and just build on top of all that stuff.
see, I kind of had a stupid deck. It was like 400 cards deep. Like always, the card I needed was on the bottom of my pile. Like I used to get really pissed off when I would try to do fusions, because you watch the show, people they get their fusions first couple draws. Kaiba, he pulls out 3 white dragons. He's like, oh yeah, fusion. But in real life, when you're trying to fuse Yu-Gi-Oh cards, it'll legit take like 15 minutes into the match, and then by then you've already lost.
Well, to be
Heart of
fair,
the cards.
Yeah, Heart of the Cards, that's right. But to be fair, you just said you had a deck of 400 cards, man. You should at least split that up. And I think there's a rule, right, where you can only have a certain amount. Like if you play by like the real rules, but you probably should have made like 4 decks, you know what I mean, or like one really OP deck.
I think you're only supposed to have 50 cards in a deck or something. So not only was my deck trash because I could never find what I needed, but I was just out here cheating.
Who was your guys' favorite card? Did you guys have a favorite? Was it like Blue Eyes or something like that?
I think my favorite. Okay, I remember his name, Slifer the Sky Dragon. Slifer was sick because he was like 15. You needed 15 points to summon him, but you got 1,000 attack points for every card in your hand. So you could just keep drawing cards. So you could get your attack points up to like 9,000 or something.
BOP when you use that ability on it. Man, I think I kind of lean towards Red Eyes Black Dragon. And then there's another one. I don't know. So my favorite character, and this might be why like some of these are my favorite cards, but was Joey.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was just a goofball, and he was just like silly. And then you're like, oh, this dude's kind of trash sometimes. But then he'd come up clutch, and that was kind of, he was always the underdog a lot of times when he was battling. But so Red Eyes Black Dragon, and one of the other cards that he played a lot that popped up and it just sticks in my mind is the Flaming Swordsman.
Yeah.
That dude was a beast.
What about you?
They put a lot of artistry into those cards.
Oh yeah,
it was pretty cool.
Well,
I like the Toon deck a lot though, so I think my favorite one was the Toon Dragon.
I knew this guy was gonna. I knew one of you guys was gonna talk about the Toon deck. I was like, one of these guys is a Toon World fan. I can already tell.
The deck wasn't good in actuality because I usually ended up killing myself because it slowly drains your life the more you stay in the Toon World.
Yep. So,
but the artistry of those was pretty cool.
No, they really were cool, and they added kind of just a different element to the game. And then I love that whole arc though in the anime when it was Pegasus versus like Pegasus and Yugi fighting each other, and they introduced all the Toon World and like all the Toon cards as well too. I think that was actually like one of my favorite arcs in Yu-Gi-Oh! In that that first season.
Well, and they made Pegasus 2 OP too because his eye could read your mind.
Yeah.
How are you going to be playing a card game when your opponent can read your mind?
That was so cheap.
I mean, gotta do what you gotta do, man. You gotta take advantage of every little step that you have above the other person. You know what parts of that, just speaking of the Forbidden One, what's his name again? I'm blanking on it now. Exodia, there you go. Talk about parts that would just get me hyped up in animes. That was in Yu-Gi-Oh! When Yugi would summon that, when he'd do Heart of the Cards and he'd pull out that left leg or right foot or whatever it may be, and you're like, this dude just pulled all Exodias and he was fighting Kiba over there, and you're just like, let's go, man. Like, just summoning Exodia, because we all know it, first of all of us probably didn't even have the full Exodia collection.
Yeah.
And drawing all those in real life was like near impossible, so... I mean, talk about a part in the anime that just would, I would just get amped. Ready to just fight someone myself, to pull out my deck, and I only had 3 pieces of Exodia, knowing I'm playing my siblings who have the other pieces, so we're both screwed, but knowing that they can summon it, Those are good times.
But you'd spend an entire game just trying to pull one card, and it never comes up, so you lose.
Oh, Rebirth.
And I'm sitting here with my 3 left legs.
They're just like taking up room in your hand too. You're like there's that spell card or trap card, right, where you could like discard your hand and then draw more.
Yeah.
I remember Like that's the one you're like, oh man, I need some new cards because all these guys are trash right now.
Bro, and some of the trap cards were so detailed. I mean, you'd have to pull out a magnifying glass and be reading the fine print and be like, hold on, I'm going to play this card, but I don't know what it does yet, so give me a second.
Like the prerequisites to summon that card is like, you got to make a sandwich. You got to sacrifice these 3 cards. You got to take a lap around the block.
Twerking on the
like,
wall.
oh my gosh.
Oh man, that was that's so true. You know what? I don't know why I can't remember the card's name. I think it was Yugi who had it. Remember that little bat thingy would roll a dice,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then whatever number it landed on, like you would like either I can't remember if it was get more attack points or like your enemy would lose attack points. But like so, if it rolled on a 6, it'd be 6 times 100, so it'd be like minus 600 attack points. That card was clutch back in the day too.
Nogs, do you have any recommendations for other like card-based or board game-based animes like that?
Ooh.
They're a little bit more like newer.
There's not too much that are crazy popular right now as far as card games. I think you guys have heard like of the biggest card game, Magic.
Oh, yeah.
It's not it's not anime based or anything like that, but even like as of right now, like that game is still really popular and a lot of people get really into that. Go ahead.
That's one of the only one of animes I've watched that is actually based around a card game like that.
Yeah.
Though. I haven't seen another one with that vibe.
Do y'all remember Duel Masters?
Duel Masters, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I collected Naruto cards. They had a game with it too. But I never really played the game that much. It turned into me and my brother like acting like they were Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And then it just turned into a screen match. And I would play like Kid Naruto. And then he would play like Kid Sasuke. And then we'd argue on who would win. And we're like, no. Just going back and forth. And then I'd just draw my next card. And I'd be like, okay, well, I'm playing Kakashi Sensei. And he's like, okay, well, I have Guy. And then we would just argue back and forth on who would win. And then it would just like keep going. I don't know how it always worked like that. But we just keep going up in like power level. So then after that, I was like, all right, you know what? I'm playing the 4th Hokage. And he's like, I'm playing like the 5th or the 3rd Hokage. And we'd be arguing on who would win. And I was like, all right, I play Madara. And then I'm like, okay, I play the 1st Hokage. We didn't play that game correctly at all. Just turned into a screaming match. And then we just look at each other like, who won? After we were out of breath from just arguing on who was stronger. But it turned, you know what it turned into? It turned into just like a power scaling debate on who was the strongest Naruto character, and it sort of slowly led up to that. All right, who's stronger between Kakashi and Guy? You know what I mean? Like that type of stuff. I think we all know Guy is the strongest one, but that's a topic for another day.
Yeah, we'll get into our power scaling debate, but man, so I don't know. Yeah, I mean, probably 2 of the biggest animes during our time growing up, Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon. And I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh probably would have had a lot more success if they hadn't banned it at all the schools, because I remember like the first day, literally every kid at recess had a pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and then like 6 weeks in, they're like, yeah, y'all aren't ever bringing Yu-Gi-Oh cards back.
We had kids like getting into gang fights over trying to steal each other's decks or getting all pissed off because they lost.
So now that we talked between Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, what's your guys' favorite between the two? Favorite cards, and then we'll go to favorite anime if that's different in any way. Nick, what do you say?
It's Pokemon. I mean, they had better merch growing up. I had all their stuff. It was a little less dark.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh was a little dark for an 8-9-year-old kid. They're talking about souls getting extracted from your body and stuff. And Pokemon just had a better following in general.
You say overall, like when you think about it, like if you were to collect, like if you only had a choice between collecting either Pokemon cards or Yu-Gi-Oh cards, are you going with Pokemon still?
Yeah. And the only issue with that is I've never played Pokemon cards that much.
That's where
it's a toss up, because the Yu-Gi-Oh game was better.
Yeah. That's why I asked the question, because I'm like, we all 3 of us collected both sets of cards, but it seems like we all played Yu-Gi-Oh a lot more. So that's what I was wondering if like, because I feel like I kind of lean towards like how you're thinking. I feel like that, in all honesty, like the anime I've enjoyed more was Yu-Gi-Oh, but I might, if I were to go back and watch one, it might be Pokemon, just because I feel like that kind of really takes me back and just to being like a little kid again. But I think if I'm picking cards, I think I'm picking Yu-Gi-Oh cards because I had like way more fun playing Yu-Gi-Oh cards than Pokemon cards.
Oh yeah.
What about you, Tyler?
I mean, I think the Yu-Gi-Oh game as a whole is just so cool. I mean, you've got your full deck, you've got your graveyard, your trap and magic cards, your monsters. I mean, I think just whoever designed it was brilliant. So I gotta go with Yu-Gi-Oh cards. They definitely haven't had the same longevity as Pokemon. I mean, they still sell Yu-Gi-Oh cards and it's still active, but they've definitely been eclipsed by just Pokemon as a whole is probably just gonna go on forever.
I agree.
If you want to go back and watch that like Pokemon nostalgia effect type of thing, watch Pokemon Generations on YouTube. It's a short mini series where they incorporate a lot of different generations. Ooh, it's pretty cool.
Okay. All right, Tyler, what about the anime? You answered definitively with the cards, but what about the anime? You going with Yu-Gi-Oh still?
Okay, well, the regular canon of Pokemon, I think Yu-Gi-Oh was better, but the Pokemon movies were fire. I mean,
you gotta pick one, man. You're only allowed to have one anime you watch the rest of your life between Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh. Which one are you picking? You get all the movies with them too.
Okay, well, if I get all the movies, then I gotta go with Pokemon because the movies
so
on another
Pokemon
level.
And then Yu-Gi-Oh on the cards. Nick, are you still Pokemon, or do you think you're Yu-Gi-Oh on the cards as well too?
If I'm just watching the anime, I'm going Yu-Gi-Oh. Because overall, that's a better anime.
Yeah,
to watch.
I agree.
Because there's absolutely no story progression in Pokemon. We've talked about
whatsoever.
that, but
I have to look up the episodes, right? So like season 1, like that, all of season 1, all those arcs just like combined together, like the OG Yu-Gi-Oh and then like the OG Pokemons. Whatever one's longer, I might pick that anime. You know what I mean? Yu-Gi-Oh is definitely a better anime, but Pokemon takes me back a little more than Yu-Gi-Oh does. Yu-Gi-Oh has better cards as far as like gameplay goes. So I'm taking Yu-Gi-Oh and cards, but anime-wise, I'd have to look at the episodes because I'm gonna go with the one that's longer. In all honesty, but I agree. I think Yu-Gi-Oh just in general is a better anime because it does have like more progression. But I'm kind of like letting my emotions get in the way, and I'm like, okay, but Pokemon, it just does like it takes you back to when you were little. So I'm gonna toss up on the anime. You guys gonna let me do a toss up? No, I gotta pick.
Yeah, you gotta pick.
Yeah,
one.
I gotta pick. I just came hard on you guys. I'm picking. Oh, why you guys do this to me, man? Come on now. Like, are you guys sure I can't pick both? I'm picking. I can't pick. Come on, man. You guys can't. Okay.
Chidori to your head. What do you pick?
Okay. Oh shoot, we're getting serious, man. Oh, fudge, man. I'm picking Pokemon. Pokemon. Final answer. Lock it in. Let's get it.
So that's what we grew up with in the 90s. If you're talking about like early mid 2000s kids, what animes are they growing up on? Are they growing up on One Piece and Baruto?
Like probably
Beyblade was pretty big too. I don't know if y'all remember Beyblade, but that had a pretty strong run there for a few years.
Yeah, early 2000s. I think the kids who are that age and if they're into anime, I bet you that's probably like more like Naruto, maybe Baruto type of ones. I bet you those were like really big for them or might be nostalgic for them right now. Possibly One Piece. I don't know though, man. I feel like a lot of people see One Piece and like just they don't even bother with it just because that's how much like episodes it has to it, which I understand completely.
Yeah.
But so I feel like a lot of people pass on One Piece like that. So my guess would be Naruto. I mean, if you guys are kind of in that like early 2000s to like 2000 probably 7 or 8 probably, and you guys watch anime, let us know what anime brings back that nostalgic memory for when you guys were like growing up. You know what I mean? Let us know because we're not really sure. Obviously, I would guess Naruto.
Yeah, I assume Naruto too because I mean it's brought up every episode and that's kind of like the gateway drug it's the tip of the iceberg when you're getting into anime.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, it'll be interesting. Share your guys' opinions with us. Hop on our socials and, go at Tyler again, man. Roast him and be like, nah, boy, Pokemon, you give our trash. It's all about Naruto or whatever it is that you guys grew up watching. Or, maybe you guys are our age and, you had different animes that did it for you. But, a couple of those ones that came over to America, I think Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon were probably some of the biggest ones. And I think, as far as just kids in general, our age growing up, I feel like everyone gravitated to those two animes because they had games, they had cards with them, and it was just a good time. So let us know.
Yeah, y'all can if you want to catch the smoke, or if you just want to interact in a friendly manner, we got you on Instagram at Fat Boys Anime. That's BOIS. On Twitter, we can really catch the smoke. Fat Boys Anime 1, and that's just the number 1, no spelling, no number sign, just the number 1. Fat Boys Anime 1. And next time we're going to be getting into 2 other childhood juggernauts, Dragon Ball Z and Digimon. So,
oh shit,
get ready for that.
Legendary. Let's get it, boys.
All right, y'all got anything before we go?
See y'all next time, man. You know what? Step your game up in those polls. That's all I gotta say. My final remarks, I better see better results. Because those were awful last time.
What about you, Nick? You got any final remarks from all the people that didn't give Kite no love?
Hey, if you want to keep seeing this come out, like and subscribe. We appreciate you listening.
Yep.
All right. Hey, thanks for listening to Fat Boys Anime. We'll see you next time.